Hello, hello, hello. So, last day of the month, I think. The auction yesterday got canceled. The auction that's supposed to be on July 4th got moved. I'm sitting here trying to build doors and running out of everything. I mean, it's getting good and bad. So I'm sitting here working on this here, which I put this together and didn't realize that one of the doors that I put in that matches this door, this is a 36. I put it in a 34, didn't even realize it. So I had to take a 2-panel, which is a door that looked like that, and cut it out. And I'm kind of making this one match this one. So, but it's kind of a mixed blessing of everything that's happened today. So, plus tomorrow I get to deal with Comcast again. So, yay. But this right here is kind of, I'm at a point now where I've sold so many doors. By the way, I think in the last video I talked about, making like 8 grand. Well, I forgot to count in Zelle. So with Zelle, I think I did closer to like 11, maybe 12. So, and considering today's, these are actually getting picked up tomorrow. And then this door, along with the double door, is getting picked up Thursday. This is $850, and then this set here is $12. So I came really close to my $15,000 a month. But that being said, I have all of July is paid for, and August is paid for. So I have no bills until September. And I'm thinking about doing something. It's going to be productive, but it's going to be counterproductive of me trying to hit $15,000 a month. So because I'm running out of stuff, because I'm, just having to stop halfway through a job, like I just spent 30 minutes looking for these hinges. And it is so minute, but these are Hager's, okay? But then I found 2 of them here that they're the same hinge, they're just not marked Hager. So I'm trying to put stuff together, so I have 6 hinges for this. And I think what I'm about to do is stop building doors for people and just use up the stuff I have and try not to order anything else. Because I still have a bunch of hinges, but it's kind of a little mismatch. So I think what I'm going to do is, for July, I want to go and just kind of touch everything that I own. I'm still going to be building doors. I'm still going to be doing things. My plan is to come in here and build 1 door every single morning and get rid of stuff here, and then spend like an hour or 2. And again, the little things, just clean off a shelf, go through that shelf and just get everything, gone through. I got plenty of like little shrink wrap. I want to do basically, where are they at? Yeah, here. So I did this a while back. These are stainless steel NRP hinges, which I'm going to use these at my house, But and just go through all this stuff and get it all little nitpick, put it together. And I think that's going to make me happy. It's not going to make me the money that I got to make, which I still may sell doors. I mean, I'm still listing stuff. I'm still selling stuff. But I'm at a point now where I really think I just need to clean up. Like I got all these handle sets I got to go through and, just chill out and just say no to customers, because customers are, well, they're good and bad. So, but that's kind of my plan, is just once these builds are out of here, I don't have any active builds for anybody. And there still may be a couple of people that pop in and, hey, can you do this? But my main thing is I want to be able to see the stuff that I have, so that when I say yes, I can just build it and not have to go find a bunch of stuff to say, oh, well, sorry, I don't have this, So, and then something else I'm going to do, which I got Hoochie Mama here today. Drove that, it's still running like crap, and, but anyways, I got it here. I loaded up some door jams that I brought here, and I'm going to work on getting this shelf here organized with certain door jams and certain things that I can use. And I think what I'm going to do is go through, like, for instance, in fact, I already started it here. So these are all my 34-inch doors. I think I have 2, maybe 3 sets of double doors and then like 1 or 2 singles. But I want to see, what do I have? Go ahead and build these and be done with them, you know, and get all the jams that I need for this and just stack it in a pile. So that way I have, you know, these are retro doors that where you take out a 6-foot sliding glass door and then put in a door. This is what they're for. But I got 3 of them left. And then, like I said, I got 1 single door. And then go through and figure out what are double doors, what are single doors, what, you know, just go through and not necessarily build everything, but kind of get things figured out so I know what I have. So, you know, because I just spent another almost $1,400 for another truck delivery coming in, and I'm kind of guessing what I need. You know, mainly I just got theatricals and inserts for doors. But I need to figure out, what do I need to order, do 1 more order, and then close that account. You know, before they close it on me. I want to be the one to break up. I don't want to be broke up on. So, but other than that, very happy with what's going on in my life. You know, this month was a little chaotic, you know, just getting rid of all these little door jobs and getting rid of all the, you know, having to go to people's houses and stuff like that. But I'm really happy where I got by doing these little tiny projects and getting the little tiny things done. And it's like this here. I know it looks chaotic as hell, but I know where everything is, but I just want to clean it up. I got all this shelf space that can be used. I got, well, this is a little more full, but you know, I just want to use up all this space and go through and get things cleaned up. And I think I'm going to take July, which is arguably one of the hottest months in Florida, and just come in here and try to take care of things. So, oh, and I fixed the air conditioner, so I don't have to buy an $800 air conditioner. I did fix the one at the studio. So it was the most random thing. There was a little piece of tape sticking out the outside vent, and I grabbed to pull the tape off, and when I pulled it, it made it quiet. And I'm like, so I just took and made a little loop in it, and I tied a rope and just there was constant tension, and it's quiet now. So I'm not going to have to replace that. I mean, eventually I will, but I'll wait till they go on clearance to buy one. So, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of progress done here over the past month, getting this stuff cleaned up, getting everything done. It's like I got all these random, like half of a threshold, and all these go to doors, but I just need to get them, pick them up, you know, pick out a door, put them together, and get rid of this stuff, you know, instead of having to constantly order it in. Because these things right here, I mean, my cost is like $60 a piece on here, so there's $600 right here in this one box. So, but anyways, yeah, I think next month is, I don't know if I'm even, like, I want to make videos, but I really don't know what to make videos of, because I'm steadily working. I'm just getting my stuff done, and hopefully you just get a little bit of inspiration. You know, me talking about the little things that I do, the little projects that I get involved in, and, you know, and hopefully it inspires you to, you know, not saying your life is necessarily messed up or dirty, but, you know, make it a little bit better. I mean, we can all use improvement. In fact, I'm gonna kind of go on a little tangent here, and hopefully you enjoy this, but how many of you don't know what's wrong with you? And that seems like a weird question, but we all know in our heads everything that's wrong with us. You know, if we're fat, then we know we eat too much and we need to exercise more. If we're broke because we're spending too much money or not making enough. You know, if you're pissed off with the world, you know all you got to do is unplug and walk away and go find happiness elsewhere. I mean, we all know how to fix our own problems. You know, I haven't met anybody who doesn't know how to fix the problems, but why is it that our brain just doesn't let us actually fix our problems? You know, I talk with my sister all the time, and both of us are struggling with, you know, weight loss, and we know exactly what to do. But why is it that we always relapse? You know, not just me and my sister, but as a human species, why is it we are constantly trying to screw ourselves over when we know, you know, the right things to do? We know how to be productive. We know how to make a lot of money. We know how to, you know, be healthy. We know all these things, but why is it we don't? You know, because we want this little satisfaction, this little tidbit of, supposed happiness because we got to eat some ice cream or had a donut or drank, an $8 coffee, when nothing about that is good for us. And I'm just wondering, like, how is it that people like, Elon Musk or, these Albert Einstein and all these brilliant people over the history of time, he was on the news. That's the only reason I thought of Elon Musk. But how is it that some of us, in our society we got it, like they got it on track. Like they know exactly how to be, Arnold Schwarzenegger is another one, he knew what he wanted and how to do it, and he just went out and did it. And why is it that so many of us know exactly what to do, but we don't do it? And that's kind of like, I've been thinking about this actually a couple of days now, where it's like, I sit here and I get pissed off at myself every night. Not because I've been doing a lot of stuff. I'm getting stuff done. I'm actually happy in my life right now. But at the same time, I'm like, I didn't lose any weight today because I went and had a damn pizza and I shouldn't have had a pizza. And, I sit here and I do these little tiny stupid things in my life, that I know better. I should be getting, cooking some chicken, making a salad. That's what I should be doing. And I can make it taste just as good as a pizza. I may be white, but I got seasoning on lock. But why is it that we purposely try to destroy our lives? Or I wouldn't even say purposely, but subconsciously. Why is it that we always do the wrong thing? But then some of us in our society just know how to say, I'm not going to do the wrong thing. I'm going to do the right thing. And on the other side of that argument, there's also, there's a YouTube channel called Midwest Safety, and that's a dangerous channel to watch. But you see the people who don't even know how to, like, they don't know shit. These are criminals and the most stupid, brain dead people you'll ever meet in your life. It's almost like a sad comedy, but anyways, it's, I'm rambling a little bit, but if anybody has an answer to any psychologist or, anybody in general, if you have an idea of why that we know all the things that we're supposed to do in life and yet we still screw up. You can even take it to a point of, marriage and, cheating on spouses and, being in love and then getting divorced and all these. There's hundreds of situations. I'm just throwing a couple out there, but we know, like speeding, like we know it's a bad idea to speed. It puts your life in danger. It's illegal. It's going to cost you money if you get caught. You could kill other people. You could kill yourself. You could, there's 100, destroy your car. There's so many reasons not to speed, but we do it. Well, y'all do it. I used to do it. I don't speed no more, but still, just what happens in our brains to say, we have to drive faster than everybody else, regardless of all the things that could go wrong. You see what I'm saying? Again, these are just a few. My brain just farted out the thing. It's a few examples. That's the word I was looking for, examples. But I honestly want to know why. Like, I need to talk to somebody. If somebody's out there that knows about this kind of stuff, please just let me talk to you for an hour, because I really want to know why our brains and our, souls or whatever force is running these meat suits we're walking around in. What makes us screw up so much? Anyways, that's enough. That's kind of went way off topic, but end of June, July is rolling around tomorrow. Happy 4th. If I don't see you, I'm going to be finding me some barbecue somewhere and not losing weight. See, the perfect example. I want to go eat barbecue on 4th of July. I know I'm not supposed to, but I'm going to. So anyways, peace, love, money. I'm out.